I remember 2012 like it was 13 years ago. To be honest, it wasn't a bad year. We, Britain, hosted the Olympics and didn't completely fuck that up. It was the closest I've come to feeling proud of being British. New York and Crazy Horse reunited the classic poncho lineup and did a album which I've reviewed and embarked on a superb tour which they got to see. Yay! And also ZZ Top brought the Futura, which I will assume is their last album. I mean, they could still make a new album. They're doing okay with the Francis Elwood guy. They say they've got new material, but then again, they've always said that and never really delivered an album. And since Billy has started making very good, I say, solo albums, I'm gonna say the Futura is ZZ Top's last. It seems every album they put out since 1986's Afterburner has been billed as a return to the early sound, and although there have been great moments, none of those albums, at least up until the Futura, lived up to that billing. Though, as a side note, 96's Rhythmine, with its unique genre of gothic blues metal, is an absolute stomper. Check it out. But this album, The Futura, is, in my opinion, the only album they released outside of the 70s that sounds like they did in the 70s. Clocking in at 39 minutes, not a particularly remarkable length. This kind of explains why this album caused a split in opinion, because in some ways it is very much a return to what they were like in the earlier years, but I guess there's also a feeling to this album that it could have been a bit better. It could have been a bit longer. Some of the tracks are good, but could have been excellent. Like, for instance, the opening track, I Got to Get Paid, is a fantastic bluesy take on a song called 25 Lighters by a local Houston rap DJ. That's an absolute belter. Then you have the tracks Chartreuse and Consumption with back to back, which I feel is a mistake, and both tracks, although enjoyable, rehash the groove from the almighty Tush, and putting these back to back kind of highlight that maybe they were searching for ideas and how to rehash old riffs. I don't know if they were placed far apart. Maybe it wouldn't be so obvious. Elsewhere on the album, you've got Heartache and Blue, which is a very fun, simple, kind of funky blues-based number with some great harp playing. There's a dirty bluesy take on a Chilean Welsh David Rawlings number that I really like called It's Too Easy Manana. There's a couple more straightforward, simplistic walkers like Big Shiny 9 and Flying High, which are fun, but were a bit forgettable after a few listens. And then the closing track, which I think sums the album up perfectly, called Have a Little Mercy. Now, you may be thinking, have a little mercy. That's kind of reminiscent of another song. Say the song with the immortal line, have mercy, been waiting for the bus all day. And yes, this song with its simplistic walking riff given the 12-bar treatment and a line of our own in a Cadillac is very much a nod to the great Waiting for the Bus, especially with its fun 6/8 bit at the end, which obviously is reminiscent of the immortal Jesus Just Left Chicago, which, as I hope you should all know, always comes after Waiting for the Bus. And yes, I think that song ends the album, sums it up perfectly. Nothing new, probably not quite as sharp as the songs that they made in the 70s, but still a comforting return to the early sound with some very enjoyable moments. I assume this will be their last album, and I'm okay with that. I think this is a fairly good full stop to the catalogue, and definitely a return to the earlier sound. If you haven't got any later ZZ Top albums, this is definitely one you will enjoy, as is 96's fantastic Rhythmine. But I'm sure I'll make a video about that on a later date. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you got this far, you obviously like this video, so whack the like button, make sure the bell's dinged, leave a comment, all that stuff really helps. Thank you. Bye.